What If Episode 3? We are talking about it. Our review and reaction is right inside.
What's up, everybody? We are the Jersey Comic Crew, and today we're talking Marvel's What If Episode 3. That's right, the episode is called The World's Lost Its Mightiest Heroes. Guys, we're going to be doing a review and breakdown of the episode here, so if you haven't watched it already, please pause this, go watch it, and come back, unless you don't care about spoilers, because we're going to be talking about these moments in this episode. So first thing, like with any episode or movie, we got to talk about the premise, right? The premise of this episode is all the original Avengers members magically and mysteriously die. Starts off with Iron Man dying, and then slowly but surely we see each and every other Avengers member dies until only Nick Fury is left, Chris.
Yeah, it's crazy, and we kind of get this like immediate mystery thriller, action adventure kind of like whodunit, which goes perfectly in line with the question what if, and you know it's a whodunit as well. It becomes a giant Marvel game of Clue, and the beginning is interesting because we have, you know, automatically this time period changes, and what I like to focus on with these episodes is what changes the course of this universe.
Okay, fair enough.
So I like that it became like an Iron Man 2 thing. He gets the injection and immediately dies, and we're like, oh, there it is. Like, where's the Watcher? And you see him in the background the whole time. But yeah, I thought that was heavy. I loved Thor's kind of death because you're like, it played tricks on you too, where it's like, wait, that was Hawkeye's arrow, but I know he didn't. Like, he's so good, he's gonna know. But it was still his arrow. So that was a really cool thing. And I also love them talking about how attractively amazing Thor is.
I did like that. But I did like you just said it, the Watcher. Throughout the episode, more so than the other two, they made sure that you saw Watcher in the sky. They kind of give you that feeling that we're seeing the story through his eyes, which is really cool. Seeing Thor die was, you know, definitely a big shock. I was like, in the comics, guys, Hawkeye killed Hulk, right? So seeing Hawkeye kill Thor, I was like, ha! Hawkeye's getting all the credit and all these other world adventures. He's just killing everybody. But to me, I wasn't sure who killed him until Hulk. When Hulk died, I knew it was Ant-Man or Pym. Because Hulk, you guys, if you haven't saw it, he expands and grows uncontrollably and pops like a balloon.
Ooh.
Right? And I'm like, okay, what is everybody on the internet talking about? Immediately, my mind went to Ant-Man, because everybody said you put Ant-Man on an arrow, you shoot it up Thanos' ass, he grows and explodes and kills Thanos, right? So they kind of gave us that win without giving it, right? Right? It gave us that meme without us realizing we got the meme, right? With Hulk. And I'm sure they did that for that reason. Maybe they did, maybe they did not. But to me, I was like, okay, why is Ant-Man doing this? That's when I knew it was Ant-Man. What about you?
Yeah, I knew it was Ant-Man when Hawkeye died. Unexpectedly in a room that was closed off. At first, I was in between him, possibly Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I was thinking that
which was another culprit. I was like, oh, invisibility, like you can't see her. Could that be the thing? But I was like, it's not personal enough. So I was, once, you know, you had the first death with Tony, I was like, whoa, like you kind of go with, oh, there's something in the chemical compound that was wrong that he had a bad reaction to. But then you get to Thor and Hawkeye, and when Fury goes to interrogate Hawkeye and he's dead, I'm like, oh, the only person small enough to get through all this is Ant-Man. And I wasn't sure if it was Hank or Scott, but I was like, it has to be something with Hope or Janet.
Oh.
Like maybe it was the OG Avengers with like Hank Pym and Janet and the other OG Avengers, and like something happened with S.H.I.E.L.D. So I wasn't sure which Ant-Man it was, but I was like, it's got to be an Ant-Man.
See, I didn't realize the reasoning why, because we're in a what if area. It could literally be anything. I thought maybe he's jealous he's not picked on the team, and I was like, he wouldn't be killing people, right?
Right? How dare you? And I'll show you.
But to see the final confrontation with Fury teaming up with the Loki, dealing with Pym, was so good, because Pym would go to attack Fury, and he was like, bah, 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 bah. I'm like, yo, Fury's a G, man. I was like, wait, that's probably Loki, right? But it was definitely fun and entertaining to see. Leaves me with one question, Chris, before we get into our main theories, right?
Yeah.
Who wanted this episode? Like, who wanted, like, the first episode I get with the MCU, right? Peggy Carter. There's people that wanted that, right? The second episode I get, like, what if? Who wanted to see all the Avengers die? Like, who's that guy that wants to see all my Avengers die and, like, my heart break, and now we're left in this world where, like, we don't know what's left?
Zack Snyder.
I guess I don't know. I mean, I loved it, but like,
although I like having said that joke, I found this to be the best of the 3 episodes.
No,
as far as narratively, yes. As an Easter egg hunter at heart, to have a whodunit mystery of like trying to find the clues, also seeing like the Hulk die, arguably the most gruesome death of the Marvel universe in totality, dude.
And it was
like
the same school where the Hulk movie was in, which was cool.
An Incredible Hulk, and they Ruffalo did the voice, so like it's kind of like replacing Ed Norton in full capacity. But that was brutal, man. Like he literally is exploding, and obviously it's Disney, so you're not going to get like goo and bones and guts everywhere. But even that like gamma cloud of poof was really brutal and shocking to see.
I agree.
So I thought the episode was fantastic. I loved the progression. I loved, like, I could listen to Hiddleston just talk as Loki all day.
Oh, yeah.
I loved how he kind of came down and wasn't just crazy Loki with power. Like, it was actually like, no, he was grieving and was like, you killed a god. We're going to kill you.
That's
like, that's how it goes in our hood. That's what we do.
It's probably one of the best versions of Loki, because I was like, I get behind this Loki. He's not doing this for like to be trickster or be weird. He's like, yeah, I got a man on a mission here.
Yeah, and then so the other thing that we kind of got a hint of is Hope's story. So once we kind of figure out towards the end how Hope, I guess was a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent and was a part of the S.H.I.E.L.D. family, the question became to me of how did she die? And the only thing I could think of is this. And to me, it seems like she took the role of Black Widow in our universe at some point.
Oh,
so
okay.
When Fury's talking to Hank in the cemetery, and he's like, listen, she was an agent. She went on a mission in Odessa, Ukraine. That mission is mentioned in Captain America Winter Soldier.
5 years ago, I was escorting a nuclear engineer out of Iran. Somebody shot out my tires near Odessa. We lost control, went straight over a cliff. I pulled us out, but the Winter Soldier was there. I was covering my engineer, so he shot him straight through me.
So when Cap is confronting Natasha after the boat incident and like one of the first attacks with Bucky, she's telling Cap, like, a few years back, Fury sent me to Odessa to get this like scientist. I was attacked. The scientist was killed and I survived. And she shows him the scar on her stomach.
Okay.
The Winter Soldier attacked her and shot through her to kill the other guy.
Oh, wow.
Could Hope have been like the Natasha in this universe, right? The main go-to for missions like this for Fury, and he sent Hope Van Dyne to get it, and Winter Soldier killed her instead of like shooting through her and keeping her alive.
I could see this whole like you bring up before. I love that theory. And like when you said earlier, like you look at these episodes to see what's the defining moment that changes reality. Like back then, it was in the episode before us, it was Yondu sent the wrong people and they got the wrong kid, right? In the first episode, Peggy stayed down there and the whole thing happens. This small thing, and I think we didn't see that in this episode, which is cool because it leaves us to this question: how did this what if start, right? Yeah. What if this how did if started with Black Widow's like, I'm not going on this mission today. I don't feel good.
Or she's stuck on another mission that exactly. In our universe ended quicker, and in that universe took another day or two to finish.
Or, Fury picked a different agent, right? It could just be like, I was going to send Widow, but for some reason I want to send you, Hope. And Hope's like, I'm down, let's do this. And then she dies by the Winter Soldier.
And that's the actual
And that is the key moment. I love that theory. I don't have a theory that's better than that, especially with the amount of, like, pullback from the other MCU that you just did with the original one. Like, the theory I had, I was like, oh, maybe, she just died on a mission. I was like, maybe somebody killed her. Maybe she expanded with the microverse.
She had bad tie in Thailand.
She had bad tie in Thailand.
And croaked.
No, my original theory was that she went ultra small.
Okay.
Like in the Ant-Man movie. Quantum.
Yeah.
She went quantum. She couldn't, and she died. That was my theory. I was like that, but that was the obvious one, right? Like that's the go-to. The one that you just presented us is so much better. Which leads me to like the final topic, right, that we want to talk about. How does the death of the main Avengers change the course of this timeline in the future? One thing could be like, oh, the Winter Soldier might be just straight evil and never got the redemption because he killed an agent, setting him on a different path. And now Fury has to get Captain America, because we know he's alive. He didn't die in this. Captain Marvel. And then a whole different Avengers. Maybe Loki's on that squad and a different Avengers team. And maybe have to deal with the Winter Soldier. And maybe he's working with Von Strucker and all this other stuff of Hydra.
Yeah, maybe. Because like you said, it domino effects, right? And you're right. It may be that the situation with Hope was an off-screen incident that became the what if. And if that's the case and everyone dies, right? We know from the ending, Loki kind of, like, you know, politically takes over the world instead of forcefully.
Yes.
He goes to
I forgot all about that scene, yeah.
Like, we see him at the UN. He's like, all your countries just gave up because we're magic gods, and what are you going to do? And you see, like, Nick Fury's, like, not giving up the dream, right? He goes to find Cap in the ice, which that was kind of a question for me the whole time. Like, where's Cap? Where's Cap? And he calls Captain Marvel in. You know, you still have a couple big-time Avengers left, right? You have Black Panther, possibly in this universe.
True.
Spider-Man. But does Spider-Man get found if Tony Stark is dead? So there's all those kind of connecting tissue questions. I absolutely think Winter Soldier stays evil because he doesn't have Steve around yet to kind of bring him back.
He's like the big leader of Hydra, big monster in Hydra. I can see that being this whole new universe. I like, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, maybe a She-Hulk, maybe not, because her cousin was there.
I don't know. Like, Spider-Man would be the other big one, but like without the meeting of Tony kind of bringing him into the fold, you don't really have that. We didn't see Rhodey, so we don't know about a War Machine or not.
I don't think there's a War Machine without Iron Man. But like,
well, by the time that scene happens at the donut shop, Rhodey's already taken that suit.
He's already got the suit, so he's probably alive.
Possibly. And those are some of the big hitters, but you don't have a Thor, you don't have a Hulk.
No.
You know, unless you're getting like you said, unless you somehow get Loki to be on your side with the Warriors 3 or something like that. But you have a very limited Avengers team to now go against Loki, who literally like became like, you know, kind of like Emperor Palpatine of Earth at this point.
I would love to see a follow-up. I hope season 2 of this What If is just follow-ups of these stories. Marvel's doing a good job. Even if they just drop this completely, we're still going to be thinking, oh, what if? Like, we're sitting here talking like, oh, we're making a movie in our head. Like, all these new Avengers squad, Avengers 2.0 going against Loki, who's king of everything. And the biggest thing with that, Chris, you hint on it, but you didn't hammer that point home. He has the full support of Asgard with him.
Yes.
That means Odin is behind him. That means everyone's with him because Thor died.
Unless he's in the Odin sleep. Unless he doesn't know still.
It doesn't matter. Odin wakes up, Hela's going to come down there. Like, he has this whole... Like, it makes Loki until, like, just Loki until, like, the Thanos level threat because all of Asgard's with him. Like, Loki, Odin, and Hela all on the same page. I don't know if the Avengers with Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, Spider-Man, all these other people could fight that off. Like...
Yeah, because you don't even know if you get Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver then, because Tony Stark and Banner aren't there to make Vision with Ultron, right?
That's
to finish Ultron.
Vision's not a
thing. So Vision doesn't kind of... And there's Hawkeye's dead, so he doesn't talk Scarlet Witch into being an Avenger and the Quicksilver stuff. So you're looking at kind of this almost like a Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, right? In the Asgardian sense. And the heroes are kind of fighting for their lives and trying to find who's left. So that's a crazy instance too. My one final question too.
What's your final one before we go?
Is when Tony Stark died, instantly I went, "Oh, this is the Marvel Zombies episode."
Oh,
because I'm like, he just got some bad serum. Because I'm like, I've played Last of Us, I've watched Walking Dead, all these like bad serums. Could this be the Marvel like Zombies episode? So initially I thought it was that, and they were just hinting to it before like we saw the rest of it play out in the mystery. So that's another one to look out for, the Zombies episode.
I think the Zombies is next week, actually.
That'd be cool. We know it's coming in. We've seen it in the trailer, and we know also Bucky is a hero in that one.
Oh no, the next one is Doctor Strange. Sorry.
Oh, the Spider-Man Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. I'm excited for that one.
I'm excited. I love all of this, guys. Guys, that wraps up this video on Marvel's What If Episode 3. Let us know down in the comments below what you thought of this and what you thought of all the Avengers dying. And what's the future of this unique world that Uatu the Watcher has showed us.
And guys, thanks so much for watching. Give us a thumbs up, like. It really helps the channel out a lot. If you're brand new, subscribe, turn on notifications. You don't want to miss any more of our What If talk. We're doing it every single week for you guys here. And as always, make sure to check out other stuff on the channel if you haven't already. There's a ton of videos that you can watch and catch up on before our next one. And as always, I'm Chris Heller. That's Rob Moran. We're the Jersey Comic Crew, and we'll see you next time.